hallelujah.
Glory.
Now my cup is running over. Hallelujah, glory, hallelujah.
Today we will be following the Mandem Meetup and showcasing their stories and amazing work that they've done for men's mental health across the UK.
So today is our monthly hike up the Wrekin. We walk up the Wrekin nice and slow, talk along the way, and then we get to the other side of the Wrekin where we've built a talking circle. Every man says as much or as little as they've got to say, but we're always asked 4 questions. So how are you feeling physically? How are you feeling emotionally? How are you feeling spiritually? How are your relationships? And what are you grateful for? I started Mandem Meetup with Christian January the 2nd, 2023. So it's been just over 2 years now that we've been going. Personally, Mandem Meetup started off the back of my own personal journey of suffering with alcohol and drug abuse, and my life falling apart basically. All down to not knowing how to manage my emotions and using alcohol as my higher power, my getaway. But now I'm over 3 years sober now, and on that journey was getting out, hiking, talking. That's where it came from, just from our own personal journeys and wanting to help the men find freedom.
Halfway through the hike, the Mandem stopped at a cafe to take a moment of rest. It's here where Christian shows us a memorial to a close friend of his.
Yeah, this was put in here in memory of my brother, Ricky Briffa. Ricky Briffa was my close friend. You know, when I went on a journey of change, Ricky came along with me, and we started to go out on hikes and talking circles, and he made a lot of changes within his life, man. He still was carrying a lot, and he lost his battle. You know what I mean? And his saying was, if it's raw, it's real. And he's put it all into perspective of what we're doing collectively. We've probably got about 700 men within the group chat. In the 2 years that we've been doing it, we've lost one. So the impact that it's having within the community is very positive, and this puts it all into perspective in what we're doing, man. Like 19 men a day taking a life, you get me? We're just going to keep creating these communities to try and save, these lives, you get me? Because it's a community problem, you get me? And this is what it's about, and through like Ricky and through the rest of the Mandem, man, we're going to keep going, man, because it's important to us.
My name's Fraser. I've been with Mandem Meetup since the start, yeah. So for me, it's it's given me community. Before Mandem, I was drinking, and I had friends, but it wasn't really friends. It was only there whilst I was drinking and partying and stuff, and then I kind of stepped away from that. Being men, we're very much seen as to be the foundations of everything, aren't we? We've got to be strong, we can't show emotion, but we can, and that's part of being a man. Everyone's got emotions, so why does being a man or a male have to defer us from that? Why can we not show emotion? It's good to feel that emotion, and it's good to explain how you feel.
After a short break, Mandem head towards the talking circle.
My name's Kieran Harper. I've joined Mandem since June of last year. At the time, I was in a bit of a bad way. I always suffer loneliness quite bad. And since I've came here, I've made some good friends with people. There's a lot of people I can just text, or they even text me when something's on their mind. And it's good that you have that support system. And when we're with each other, it's raw, it's real. If you've got something to say or something's troubling you, then you've got loads of brothers that are there to support you. And it's like family, and it's like massively helped me. It's helping build my confidence, I'm not where I want to be at the minute, but since I've been in Mandem, I know I'm going to get there. Like,
The big thing is just taking that first step and overcoming that uncomfortable feeling and just facing it, man. And if you don't tell your story and don't speak your truth, you know what I mean, how are you going to help anyone? Because when you tell your truth, not only do you help yourself, you help other people in that as well.
everyone like some cacao? Has everyone got cups?
I've got a cup if you want to use it. I know.
I've got a spare cup.